Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show.
The thought of going upstairs and sitting at my desk and recording a show and doing all that, even though I'm going to have to go upstairs, sit at my desk and upload the show, just sounds like shit. So I'm not going to do that. It's 10:42. It was a longer day because it was my Grandpa Gladwell's funeral today, and it was a very emotional day, very long day today. Sounds horrible, but for many more reasons than just the passing of my grandpa. I got to see family I haven't seen in 18 years, and just kind of talking with them again, and just hearing their voice, watching their mannerisms and stuff like that is just like, holy shit, and it was great to see the family again. Got some photos, thank goodness. Got to see my dad, obviously, and was able to be there and support him. I don't know how or why, but it just cut off right there. I was talking for another 4 minutes, I think, and it cut off. So anyway, I'll repeat what I said. If I repeat what I just said and you already heard it, then sorry. But anyway, yeah, I just got to see family. And, okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. It keeps cutting off. I don't think I'm connecting to Bluetooth or anything, so that's really weird. Anyway, okay, this is really weird. It just cut off again. I think it's because I don't know. Anyway, it's like I said, it's 10:45 now. Weird. And I've been recording for 1 minute. It's now 3 minutes later. Excellent. Anyway, I don't want to talk about what I want to talk about tonight. It's late and I'd like to go to sleep, but just this whole thing with death and the funeral and how quickly people forget and the things people talk about. And I was at the viewing, and it's just it's interesting what people like. You got grandpa, dad, whoever he is to you, dead in a casket. And we're complaining that the music on the video is not loud enough, or we're complaining that nobody is figuring out a plan for afterwards, or that we don't know where to go for dinner, or that if we even are going out for dinner, or who is going to drive with who, and all this stuff. And it's just so, I don't know. Just, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, other than it's like we're all going to die. It's inevitable. The people who are at your funeral, I don't know. It's just, we'll talk about that some other time. But, yeah, it was an emotional day. Been out since 1 o'clock. It's now 10:45, like I said. And, it's kind of stressful, I'm not gonna lie. So selfishly, I was like, fuck, it's a big chunk of time. I'm not gonna be able to get any work done for anybody. We got PT Dom that's like, hey, we gotta get this done sooner, Sorry about your loss, but you gotta get back. When you get back on your feet, we'd love if you could get this going. A respectful, polite way of saying, hey, let's go. And it's fine, I understand. It's what I signed up for. I'm grateful to be having the opportunity for the income that I have, and it's great, And it's just kind of a trade that I'm making. Like my mom, she just got accepted to Weber State. So again, if you have her number, please text her. If you have her email, please email her. If you have her fax, please fax her. If you have her address, stop by. I'm dead serious. Anybody listening, please, it would make her day. And I know it would mean a lot to her. So anyway, she just got accepted to Weber State. And I'm so proud of her. I'm very pumped. She was like, I would love to go out and, with my boys and, celebrate and do some fun stuff. And I'm like, I would love to, but I just can't take the time right now to do that. And it makes you feel so bad, because I'm like, she just did this great thing, but I can't be there to do it unless it's like we plan it ahead of time, and I move things around and I work the hour ahead of time so everything's lined up and I'm good. And it sucks, I feel like this is one of those things where I'm just like, man, this is tough, because if you're just some Joe Schmo working a 9 to 5 and you love it and you're happy, guess what? You get to go to these things. You get to, use some PTO. You get to use whatever. And this is not me complaining. This is just kind of like, like the small things like this remind me that, of the path that I chose and the pros and cons of that path. And I'm just, I think I'm just seeing more of it now, because, I don't know. Maybe because people around me are making moves and doing stuff. And it's cool to see. And I think for a while I've just kept to myself and haven't been involved with anybody else. So I don't know. And there's no emotion and there's no desire and there's, So of course I'm going to go do something with my mom, of course. But we're just going to plan it out. And it just made me feel bad, because she's like, oh, I'd love to do this. What are you doing on Saturday? And I'm like, well, it's date night. So, Lexi and I always have something planned. I reserved that for her. So, we could do something earlier. And as I said that, I'm like, wait, I can't, because, this is when I work for Dawson. I have to get those hours in for, And I was like, well, I could do this. We could move things around, blah, blah, and I could go at 3, but we can only be out, until like 5. And she was like, oh, 3 o'clock? And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom, it's just what I can do. And she was very understanding. She's very, big supporter, I would say. And I love that. I just feel bad. And my floorboards are curved. Why is that? They are curved as fuck. That's interesting. But anyway, I, just, my dad was, kind of talking to everybody, saying how proud he is of me, and it's great, to hear that. And he was like, yeah, we got to get together and X, Y, Z. And I'm like, Dad, yes, we just got to plan it. Like, I'm not a planner. I kind of just like, we'll figure the fuck out when it happens. But it's like, we're going to need to figure something out so that we can, go to lunch, or go to Topgolf, or, go to the arcade. I don't know, whatever. Because I can't just on a random Wednesday afternoon decide, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go out and like I've got work scheduled, and especially because now I'm putting my work first thing in the morning. It's the first thing I do, So it's not like I'm not making my goals and dreams a lesser priority, because right now, priority number 1 is to build my system so I can sell it. And the best way to do that, I believe, would be to work on my stuff first thing in the morning, first thing of the day, and do so every day. So that way it doesn't get pushed to the wayside, and I'm prioritizing myself. If anything takes a hit, it's somebody else's. And as selfish as that sounds, you just got to do what's best for you. So rather than, what I'm trying to get at here is, rather than having my own projects and stuff, maybe from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and then having the ability to go 5 to 9 and go do something with somebody else, and putting my shit on the back burner, I am putting it first. And so the likelihood that someone's going to want to wake up at 5:30 and go and do something, I feel like that's slim. So it just kind of protects the dream a little bit. And so I'm just, still going to roll with this, see how it goes. If I need to change things with the schedule, then I will. If I need to move things around, then I will. And not a big deal. So I'm just, I guess just coming across certain points where I'm like, damn, this path of life that I'm on just kind of prevents me from doing certain things. And as long as I can accept that and be okay with it, then I'm, more power to me. But I'm not complaining whatsoever. I know what I signed up for, and I'm going to keep pushing. I'm so close, like the intro of the show, You're so close. P.S. We bought a Lambo, And I know that I always talk about this. It's fun to talk about. It's exciting to talk about. But it really is just as simple as 8 sales a month and I'll be a millionaire in a year. That's insane. 8 sales a month, every month for 12 months is $1 million. It's not even about the $1 million. I mean, that's fucking cool. I can do a lot with that. But matter of fact, if I made $1 million, I'd probably only see 600,000 of that because of taxes and shit, if that. But anyway, that's crazy to think about. Is if I did that and I got 600,000 take home, I still couldn't buy a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Still couldn't afford it. It's that expensive. That's insane. But anyway, I'm walking around my kitchen right now. I don't know if you can hear me walking. Sure you can. But anyway, it really is as simple as that. And I just have to keep the frame of mind that one sale is good for 1 month for me to survive. And as long as I can do that, then I'll be okay. I just have to get to the point where the system is done and I can start selling it. And, I'm just so close to that. I'm much closer than I even think I am. And, so I just want to make sure that I can get this stuff done and prioritize my goal and stuff, get to that point, start selling it, and we'll enter that next chapter. But until then, I just gotta grind, because I could cut all my hours in half. I could say, hey guys, Mina, I can only work 7 hours. Dawson, I can only work 10. Hey Trey, I know you cut my hours at 10, but I can't even do that. I gotta do 5. Hey O'Brien, we agreed on part-time hours. I can only do 5. That's what I got. I could do that, and I could have I could have much more time, for friends, for family, to do things. But that doesn't get me closer to the ultimate goal and vision that I have. And if I'm being super selfish, this is my fucking life. I want to do some cool stuff. I want to accomplish these goals that I have set out for myself. And I don't want to be like, I'll do whatever it takes, because clearly I wouldn't do whatever it takes, because there's certain things I'm not willing to trade off right now. So I just it's not about the money for me. It's just about that level of accomplishment and success, something that I've been dreaming of achieving and accomplishing, and then actually doing it. And maybe I'll even get there. Maybe I do get 8 sales every month. Maybe I get 16 sales every month, and I do so for a year, and maybe I make 3 million. And maybe I actually hate it. Maybe I'm like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. In which case, which is crazy, is that 20 years at $50,000 a month, 20 years at $50,000 a year income is $1 million. So if I made 3 million, I would technically not have to work. I would just live an ordinary, normal ass life, not comfortable, kind of paycheck to paycheck, quote. And I wouldn't have to work for the next 60 years. That's what $3 million would do. Now, obviously, I'm trying to make $1 million per year, so that 1 year covers 20. That's what that equates to. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep on this. But I think I'm just in that grind phase, and I just got to get as much done as I possibly can, so that I can start the next phase, which would be selling it, marketing, and promoting my shit, social media, but for stuff that I actually give a fuck about. It's so hard for me to make fitness content because I just couldn't give a fuck. You're doing push-ups the wrong way, you got it. Shut the fuck up, bro. Do whatever works for you, and you don't need a coach, because I didn't need a coach, and I got in shape, and I got abs, got bicep vein. Didn't have a coach for that. I did it myself, just Googled shit. So therefore, if I can do it, you can do it too. I don't want to say anything to do with fitness, because I didn't buy anything for fitness myself. Didn't buy any coaches. Didn't buy any things like that. Matter of fact, I spent way too much money on supplements. And so, And so that, always trying to figure out how to market fitness. I'm just like, fuck, dude, just Google, have ChatGPT make you a program and follow it, bro. Fuck. Eat more or move more, eat less. There you go. Give me 10 grand. Just, I don't know. So I am really looking forward to making content about some shit that I am geeking out about, like to show people, I even had the idea of making Notion tutorials. I feel like I know my way around it pretty well now. And so I think it'd be fun to try to make videos about Notion and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, part of me wants to not, because I feel like I know a lot of tricks now, and like even when I watch YouTube videos, it's like someone's trying to explain how to build something, And not trying to be an arrogant asshole, but I'm like, why didn't you do this? It'd be so much easier if you made this property. It'd be easier if you made this formula. And just use ChatGPT, make it give you a master formula that tracks all this stuff, and pumps out these numbers, and works on these automations that where you don't even have to do what you did. And so anyway, all that to say, I don't think I know everything with this stuff. I don't think I'm a master, but I do think that I definitely more advanced than the average Notion user. And so I think if I were to, this is just me being all skeptical and paranoid and shit, but if I were to teach it, people could, all it would take is one person to be like, oh, so that's how we did it, and then recreate what I did, do something, put it in their software, sell it for much less than I'm out of the game. So I don't know. I think, that's the nature of business, right? Capitalism. I make a great product, somebody wants another piece of pie, they make a better product, they're competitive, and then in return I come back at it with a better idea, maybe a lower price, better price, more value, whatever. They come back at it, blah blah blah. Prices go up, whatever, and before you know it, it's commoditized. So I don't know. So I think it's inevitable. I just got to do my best to capitalize on the opportunities that I have now, because again, like I said, I haven't seen anything on social media or anything like that points to anything close to what I'm trying to build. There's nothing that I see in the pre-made softwares. There's nothing I see I see a lot of templates they're like, I don't know. There's a lot of templates in Notion that are all about just managing tasks and systems and meetings and shit. And unless, I don't know, it's such an interesting concept. Like, for example, there's a status property, and you can change it from, not started, in progress, paused, on hold, completed, whatever. And I'm all for that. It's just such an interesting concept, because I'm not going to go in there and click on, in progress while brushing my teeth. I'm not going to even worry about clicking that and moving it, because I'm just going to click complete. And that's a great example, but it's not practical. No one's going to do that. But what I mean is, for other things, like maybe I'm making a tracker for Trey. I'm not going to go in there on my own little dashboard and then write in progress and put it in yellow. By the time I go back to look at this table that says in progress, I'm going to be done with the thing. So I'm not even going to, I don't know. And I think Notion is really great for procrastinators and mental masturbators, because a lot of people do say, it's great at making you feel productive, because you spend a week building this dashboard, this custom software, so that it can track these things and help you with these areas of your life, so that, by the time it comes time to use it, actually. I just decided right now I'm not going to upload the show tonight. I'm just going to go upstairs, brush my teeth, go to bed, because I'm not doing that shit tonight. Do it tomorrow. My own show. So anyway, but it's not about the what was I saying? Sorry, I had to pause and figure out where the fuck I was at. But people do that, and by the time they finish the big software or the big thing that they built, when it comes time to actually do the work, it's like, I don't want to do it. That's I don't want. So it makes you feel good, because you spent time building something that you thought was going to help you, and you're excited because you made it. There's a whole IKEA effect and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And people just don't end up being productive. And I think that what I've built is not that at all. It's literally it's a system that you can manage your fitness business with, and it requires action. There's no designing shit. You just use it. Oh, it's dark as fuck in here now. And so I think, there's a lot of Notion templates, but a lot of them are just so, it's cool, it's fun to get templates to then, deconstruct them, see how people build it. There's a few things that I've come across where I'm just like, how the fuck did you do that? But it's stuff usually it's more of an aesthetic than anything else. It's it's not game changing, it's just cool looking. And anyway, so I'm going to share one more thing and then I'm going to sleep. Lexi, I went over to Lexi's just barely. I just got home from there. She says, you can stay the night. I was like, no, I'm going to go home and just do my thing. And then I thought, holy shit, I have to go home because my alarm is set. And if my alarm goes off and I'm not anywhere near the little brick thing, I can't turn off the alarm. And I thought, holy shit, what a problem. Can you imagine if I'm sitting there anywhere but home and my alarm goes off and I cannot shut it off because I don't have the little brick thing? What a nightmare. Now, I do think it gives me a couple emergency exits to turn it off. But I think it's like I get 3. And I think you can actually buy more, which is an interesting concept. It's funny, if anybody actually uses that, they're buying a product to help them not be on their phone. And because it does such a good job, people will pay to get access back to their phone. It's just, people are fucking stupid. Anyway, not the point. But yeah, my alarm is set. And if it were to go off tomorrow, what do? In this specific instance, I would have an emergency stop and it's fine. But like, what if after that? That's just interesting to me. It's a crazy concept. Like, maybe that is why they designed it so that you have to set it every night. Maybe it's not supposed to be set. Because right now I have 7 alarms, 1 for every day of the week. So it's 1 for Sunday, 1 for Saturday, 1. I don't have recurring because you have to set it up every time. So maybe that's why they have it, because then it forces you at the end of the night to turn it on. And if you forget to turn it on, or if you're not supposed to turn it on, then it's not on. You don't have to worry about it. But anyway, this is an interesting concept. So just something to be careful about. But anyway, I don't know if I have much else to say. I must say one more thing. I love Dr. Squatch products. Huge fan. Went to Walmart today, and they got this new scent. It's called Drunken Pumpkin. And I'm such a fanboy that I bought it. So now I'm about to smell like a manly pumpkin. And I'm pumped about it. Got him. All right, guys. That's all I got today. Actually, I'm going to say a couple more things, then I'm going to go to bed for real. By the way, this is me recording the show in between 2 shirts in my closet. There's no professional setup. It's just me talking. And it's just crisp as fuck. So just a reminder, you don't need a professional setup. Anyway, as far as work goes and business and things like that, I have successfully redone my schedule on my calendar yet again. I went through with the clumped up hours. Did I talk about this last night? I guess I couldn't. Wait, no, I did for sure, because I did it in the spreadsheet. I sure did. Anyway, yeah, I asked Dawson the same thing. I was like, hey, man, so I know you said I could split it up. However, I plan on doing it so that it's these 2 days per week. Is that cool? And he says, yeah, dude, thanks for letting me know. And I'm like, sweet. Asked Trey, got confirmation. He says, yeah, that's totally okay. And Mina, again, it's just a 4-day split, and that's fine. And with Brian and PT Dom, it's kind of like wherever other things aren't. And yeah, so I got everything scheduled, everything's good to go, and I just got to execute on it, and I'm excited about that. So anyway, stripping out of these clothes. All right, guys, well, that's it. It's probably uploaded late tomorrow because I'm just gonna brush my teeth, go to sleep because I'm tired. So anyway, love you guys, peace.